Good morning, dear children. Today it is time for part 4 of Kinship Caste and Class. In this particular part, we'll be studying about the Mahabharata, and in this, we will come to know something about the epic Mahabharata, the central story of Mahabharata, which revolved around two sets of warring cousins. The principal characters of this epic occasionally seem to follow the norms. Changing relationships will be discussed. Conflict over land and power between two groups of cousins, the Kauravas and the Pandavas, will be talking about that also. In the end, we'll be studying about how this conflict ended in a battle in which the Pandavas emerged as victorious. So let us start the chapter. Historians and the Mahabharata. The elements of consideration for historian while analyzing texts are as follows. Firstly, language of the text, whether it was ordinary people's language or the language of the priests and elites or elites. Secondly, kind of text, whether it was a mantra or story. Thirdly, author's perspective in writing the text. Fourthly, to the audience to whom it was written. Fifthly, date of the composition or compilation of the text. And sixthly, the place of composition. We have been considering the Sanskrit language Mahabharata. The Sanskrit used in the Mahabharata is simpler than that of the Vedas or of the Prashastis. So it was probably better to be understood. But the question is as to who wrote the text. The original story was composed by chariot bards known as Sooth, who accompanied the Kshatriya warriors to the battlefield and composed poems celebrating the victories and other accomplishments. Sooth is mentioned as a class of people in the epic Mahabharata as often charioteers. The foster parents of Karna, a character of Kurukshetra war, were Sooth. Hence Karna too was considered as a Sooth. The two main occupations of the Sooths as per epic Mahabharata were firstly storytelling and secondly chariot driving. These compositions were circulated orally. By approximately 5th century BCE, the Brahmins began committing this to writing. It is also possible that the upheaval occurring in social values being replaced by new norms at this time were reflected in Mahabharata. Another phase is approx 200 BCE and 400 BCE, when worship of Vishnu was growing and Krishna was being identified with Vishnu. Between approx 200 and 400 CE, didactic sections resembling the Manu Smriti were added. All these additions made the text, which started with less than 10,000 verses, to 100,000 verses or 1 lakh verses. This work is traditionally attributed to sage Ved Vyas. The text presented is classified into two sections, one that contains stories designated as the narrative, and the other section containing prescriptions about social norms known as didactic. This section includes stories and narratives containing social messages. Excavation of Hastinapur. Excavations at Hastinapur in Meerut, Uttar Pradesh were conducted in 1951-52 by B.B. Lal of the Archaeological Survey of India. Here B.B. Lal noted about the houses in the second phase, that is approx 12th to the 7th centuries BCE, that within the limited area excavated, no definite plans of houses were obtained, but walls of mud and mud bricks were duly encountered. The discovery of mud plaster with prominent reed marks suggested that some of the houses had reed walls plastered over the mud. That is, in easy words, houses of this period were built of mud brick as well as burnt bricks. Soakage jars and brick drains were used for draining out refuse water. Terracotta ring wells have been used both as wells and drainage pits. Now let us discuss about polyandry marriage in Mahabharata. Draupadi, who was the daughter of Drupad, also referred as Panchali, is one of the most important females in the Hindu epic Mahabharata. She was the daughter of King Drupad of Panchal and wife of the Pandavas who fought their cousins, the Kauravas, in the great Kurukshetra war. Draupadi's marriage with Pandavas was an example of polyandry marriage. The polyandry marriage in Mahabharata suggests different things. It may be because of the shortage of women due to incessant wars or due to situational crises, and also that narrative sometimes does not reflect the social realities. Mahabharata, a dynamic text. The Mahabharata is a great dynamic epic. It contains vivid description of battles, forests, settlements. Its growth was not hindered by its language, that is Sanskrit. Over the centuries, it has been written in many languages of the world. It depicts an ongoing dialogue between the people and communities on the one hand and the authors on the other hand. As it is incorporated many stories that originated in different regions, the Mahabharata became an epical text. At the same time, dear children, the main story of the epic was often retold in different ways. Many episodes of this text had been depicted in sculptures and paintings. They also provide a wide range of themes and performing arts like plays, dances, and narratives. Some of the keywords from the chapter. Kul. Sanskrit texts use the term kul to designate families. Kin, a group of people having a common lineage. Patrilineage. Patrilineage is referred to the tracing of lineage from the paternal side, that is father's side. Matrilineage. Matrilineage is referred to the tracing of lineage from the maternal side, that is mother's side. Metronymics, the system of deriving names from mother, is known as metronymics. The Satvahan rulers were identified through metronymics. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishads, one of the earliest Upanishads, contains a list of successive generations of teachers and students, many of whom were designated by metronymics. Purush Sukta. Purush Sukta of Rigved mentions about the division of society into 4 varnas. The 4 varnas were said to have emanated from the body of Purush, the primeval men. Brahmins from the mouth, Kshatriyas from the arms, Vaishyas from the thighs, and Shudras from the feet. Vanik, a Sanskrit term used to designate merchants. In Mritshakatika, written by Sudrak or Shudrak, hero Charudatta was described as both Brahmin and a merchant.